I was excited but suspicious when I learned that 2 different Walking Dead VR games were coming out in 2020. Back in January, we got Saints and Sinners, which turned out to be a critically acclaimed must-play VR title. And now, after being delayed a year, Walking Dead Onslaught is now available. Onslaught is from the team at Survios, the developers of some of my favorite VR games, Creed Rise to Glory and Sprint Vector. And Onslaught actually focuses on the characters and story from the Walking Dead TV show, with some of the main actors from the show lending their voices in the game as well. All these details should add up to another hit for The Walking Dead, right? But how does Onslaught measure up to Saints and Sinners? Which one is the ultimate Walking Dead VR experience? Last winter, I thoroughly enjoyed my time with Saints and Sinners.
Sleep.
Without the TV show to limit them, the developers at Skydance Interactive had the freedom to craft their own zombie story. You play as a mysterious tourist who is suddenly caught between warring factions during the zombie apocalypse. Freedom of choice is emphasized as you can decide to kill anyone, anytime.
Hey, get the fuck!
Whoops.
As you scavenge for supplies and figure out where you fit into the war. Guns had kick, melee weapons had bite, and shoving sharp objects through zombie skulls felt enjoyably realistic. Not that I'd have anything to compare that to. With Walking Dead Onslaught, we knew we'd be following a story from the show. The game begins after the war with Negan and the Saviors. At your base in Alexandria, you can upgrade your weapons and add new buildings and resources to your community. The rest of the game involves scavenging missions or acquiring story missions from Daryl. For being based around the show, I thought Onslaught would be a winning formula for a game, but we've been wrong about that before, haven't we? Right away, Onslaught's lackluster levels and visuals had me yearning for the swamps of New Orleans in Saints and Sinners, where houses felt lived in, where there was light spilling in between buildings, how your home base in the bus really felt like home after narrowly escaping death from walkers. It felt like a fully realized world you were inhabiting. The levels in Onslaught, however, all looked kinda samey. I felt like I was leaving the same building over and over again, and some of the textures were noticeably bad, like on cars. I heard that Onslaught took a graphical downgrade in order to release on the upcoming Oculus Quest 2. But it just kinda looks like Dookie compared to Saints and Sinners. Which leads to the character models in Onslaught. Look at Michonne! Look at those dead eyes! I know she's a somber character, but she's not a robot person. Now, look at Saints and Sinners character models. Come on. I like the idea of bringing on the TV show actors to provide voiceover, but if you can only afford some of the cast, it's going to make the pretend voices stand out.
Oh, look at your little hat.
Especially when the actor pretending to be Rick Grimes sounds like this.
You came back in a cop car.
Are you kidding me? You paid that person money? I could have done Rick. Check it out, check it out, check it out. Carl, you cut it out! Cut it out, Carl! Even the castmates they did manage to get for Onslaught, like Norman Reedus as Daryl, he sounds bored as hell.
I'm trying to rebuild after a war.
Oh, fine.
But I can't blame him. The story in Onslaught is pretty meh. You do this one mission as Daryl in a flashback, and throughout it you hear Daryl telling the story to Rick while you are doing it. So you hear Rick going, "What happened in the store?" Then Daryl saying, "Something I never would have expected." Just let me play the game. I don't need narration, just let me explore.
Why didn't you tell me any of this before?
Didn't have time. Still don't.
Daryl, there you are.
Hey.
Look at his mouth.
Kiss-a-me.
I'll be fine.
Did I mention this game isn't open world? You can't explore Alexandria at your base. Like those streets, you can't go over there. So you can't go say hi to Carol and compliment her gardening. And during missions, there's a very linear path you can't stray away from. Otherwise, you get an immersion-breaking message like, in Saints and Sinners, you can go all over the place. Look for open windows to crawl into or drain pipes to shimmy up. Saints and Sinners does everything right to immerse you. You wrap bandages around your wrist to heal yourself, you put your weapons on your body, and your weapons can break from overuse. Not everyone likes it when weapons break in games, but I prefer it because it forces you to change up your tactics in battle. The The tension of having a gun break in the middle of a firefight and having to reach for your backup gun on your belt is exhilarating.
Now you're all in for a hurtin'.
Whereas in Onslaught, the guns don't break. And you don't wear them on your body, you just access them from a weapon wheel. More convenient? Sure. More immersive? And no. For people picking up a Walking Dead VR game, I imagine the most important aspect for them is having fun killing zombies. In both these games, you can accomplish that with satisfying results. But on top of that, Saints and Sinners had stamina to consider. You'd get tired if you swung your bat around too much or ran too far. Your motions would slow down and make you vulnerable for zombie attacks. This is important to have to create stakes. Otherwise, you can just wildly swing your weapon at zombies and break your VR immersion. Both games also use a timer to help add tension when you're doing a mission.
Jesse, strap down all available sundries and prepare for immediate extraction.
You're threatened with an approaching zombie herd if you don't leave before nightfall. If you linger in Saints and Sinners, they unleash an actual horde as punishment for not obeying the timer. Now, with Onslaught, you just see this red mist encroaching on the level with zombies in it.
I don't know what this means.
Oh god!
But then when we tried to stay behind and fight the horde, the zombies disappeared and you died.
What was it, poison gas?
It's a poison zombie gas?
That was a dumb idea and mechanic on their part.
Immersion, people. Are you seeing the theme here? Look, I'm being really mean to Onslaught. There were some aspects I enjoyed. The soundtrack would occasionally surprise me when the action picked up.
You can do this. Just hold out.
And there were some moments of real panic when zombies started falling down around me as I was trying to escape. But Onslaught overall wasn't really scary and didn't entice me to keep moving the story forward.
That was good, even if it was of the chaotic sort.
The rewards for scavenging seem to be pretty static changes for your home base, and the story missions are basically just hack and slash some zombies from point A to point B. Remember all the moral dilemmas in Saints and Sinners?
Do it already! Finish the fucker!
Please.
Or just coming across civilians that needed help?
Would you be willing to help me out?
Or crooks that wanted to rob you?
Something tells me he won't be nice.
I suggest you hand over every drop of medicine you got.
See?
Or finding bits of story by exploring houses and finding notes? Onslaught attempts some of this, but it all feels empty and soulless. There are no extra characters from what I've seen, and it seems like only Rick, Daryl, Michonne, and Carol live in Alexandria. No wonder they have to do everything. So, while this started as a comparison between two very different Walking Dead VR games, it became something of a tribute to Saints and Sinners, a zombie game that didn't really need to even be set in the Walking Dead universe to be good. It stands out for its strong storytelling, engaging mechanics, and immersive gameplay. Onslaught feels more like an arcade experience for hardcore fans of the Walking Dead TV show. So, if you are one of those fans with a Daryl tattoo on your lower back, Onslaught might be your game. Otherwise, stick with what works.
I'm out of ammo! I'm sickly.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to our channel. But don't stop there. We have lots of fun VR series for you to check out, like Choose Your Trash, where friends play bad VR games for your amusement. You can find that in the left corner. Or more VR game reviews in the right corner. Feed your need.